Hi, this is a video guide to Stage 2 of the Greenbelt Relay. Stage 2 follows the Thames path for most of its distance, but that's never quite as easy as it sounds. So we start off just downstream from Staines Bridge. We run very briefly along the towpath and then up some stairs onto the bridge. And then once we're over the bridge, we turn left and loop around so that we can carry on along the river, but with the river to our right. So this is runners from one of our recent races, and then once they've looped around to the left, they then pass under the river arch of the bridge and then along the towpath. Okay, so in 2024 we have a surprise for you, which is at half a mile we have a diversion because the towpath is closed. That's what this looks like. There are a few signs saying it's closed, but they're not very easy to see. But we're going to turn left here into River Park Road. You have home base on your left there. You have a very busy road up ahead of you, which is the A308, so don't run across there. We're going to turn right on the pavement here. And we're going to follow this pavement all the way to the A30 and M25 road bridge. So there's a couple of things you need to watch out for on the right there. But basically stay on this footpath. It gets a little bit narrower at this point. This is between half a mile and a mile. So at this point we cross a small residential road. It's not busy, but it's also a corner, so you need to take care there. And whatever you do, do not pass under the road bridge that you see ahead of you there. We are actually going to turn right here. We're going to climb this little zigzaggy path here. And that's going to lead us to a pavement alongside the A30. Now you need to take real care here because the pavement is not very wide. If you run out into this road, this is a dual carriageway, you're going to need to take care. Now the next thing not to do is do not cross the river on this road. We are looking for a little footpath to our right. It's not very obvious because there's that road barrier that you can see there, and we have to step over that one. I'm doing that with my bike here. And this is the footpath that takes us back down to the Thames path. This is the best way of doing this. It avoids road crossings. You just need to take care on that pavement alongside the dual carriageway. And now we're back on the normal route. So this is the normal route for stage 2. We pass under the M25 and through Runnymede towards where the Magna Carta was signed. The towpath here is technically closed, so that's what that orange barrier was there. So run around the sound of it, and this is just the normal towpath through Belweir Lock, and then up through Runnymede Pleasure Grounds, through a couple of boatyards, and just keep the river to your right, as ever, all the way along this route. Until about 5 miles, we just run along the Thames path. So that is that's the diversion for 2024, and as I say, take care. Eventually it gets out of Runnymede and it looks like this. So we run briefly along the A308 and then along a little bit of towpath parallel to the road, and then we veer off away from the road, as you see here, and always run with the river to your right, pretty much as close as you can. There's a little bit here. We don't recommend you try and hurdle this bit. Just please run around the outside of it. And then we run past some quite expensive houses on the left and some boats on the right, and then it gets a little bit more rural at 3.9 miles, and there's a point that you need to bear in mind here because we fork right. And both of these options look like quite viable options, but we keep right. As I say, generally with this stage, if in doubt, keep to the river. So we go over this little bridge, and then it's all fairly leafy towpath for the next mile or so. Next couple of miles, in fact. So, and then at 5 miles we get to these steps. So the towpath completely runs out. We run up these steps. We run onto this bridge, and we stay on this side. So don't cross this road. Stay on the pavement on the right-hand side of the road, actually all the way into Windsor. So this is what it looks like as you come off the bridge. There's a sign to the Thames path to your right there. Just ignore it. 6 miles you get into the village of Datchet. I'm cycling here on the left, but you should be you should be running on the right. There are 3 road junctions. It's not a particularly fast road, but it does get busy on a Saturday morning, so please be careful at these junctions, and there may be some marshals to help you there. Then when we get to 6.7 miles, we cross the Thames once again. You'll be running on the pavement on the right hand side here, and that takes us into Windsor. Again, as the Thames path veers off to the right, but we stay on the road here. And then at 7.5 miles, we run past the railway station and then past the pub on the right there called the Bell and Dragon. We turn right here into Thames Street, and you should be able to see a pedestrian bridge ahead of you. This is it here. This is the pedestrian bridge over into Eton. Once you've crossed that bridge, turn first left into a road called the Brockus Street, and then you should be able to see a pub ahead of you called the Waterman's Arms. You pass to the left of that pub. That leads you to this alley, which then leads you to a gate, which takes you in onto the path by the river. Now running with the river to your left all the way to the end of this stage. Now that's pretty simple. There's only one slightly fiddly bit. As you pass under this road bridge, you get to a part where there's a funny little triangle of land because the river takes a very sharp right exit. You can, if you want, follow the towpath around to the left that you can see right there. We do allow you to take a little shortcut if you follow that wide path that I just showed you there. The only other potential problem is when you get to Boveney Lock. This is very close to the finish now. Don't take the wide path to the right. Take this little path that goes around the back of the lock, and basically keep the river immediately to your left, and then you get to the finish. This is what you can see here at Boveney Church. So that's the end of stage 2, and here's a picture of one of our previous finishers, and good luck.